There's a secret side of every woman that very few men ever truly discover. It's not about what she says out loud, but what she quietly craves. Those thrilling, passionate gestures that make her feel desired, alive, and completely feminine in your presence. Most men think women only want romance and sweet talk, but the truth is, deep inside, she wishes for moments that make her heart race and her breath catch. Welcome back to Psychology of Desire, where we explore the hidden truths of attraction and passion between men and women. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because what you're about to hear will forever change the way you connect with women. Now let's dive into 6 naughty things women wish every man would do to them. First, whisper in her ear, bah, but not just anything. Every woman has that one weak spot that can melt her confidence and awaken her deepest desires. Her ear, the soft whisper of a man's voice, especially when it's low, confident, and intentional, can send chills through her entire body. But here's where most men go wrong. They think it's about being dirty or vulgar. It's not. What she wants is emotional tension, a mix of dominance and subtle affection. When you lean in close, let your breath touch her skin, and whisper something that feels both protective and daring, she feels her feminine energy awaken. The psychology behind it is fascinating. The ear is one of the most sensitive erogenous zones because it connects directly to the limbic system, the part of the brain that processes emotion and arousal. So when a man's voice, especially one that carries calm authority, stimulates that area, it triggers both emotional intimacy and physical excitement at once. Imagine this. You're sitting beside her, conversation flowing naturally, and then you lean closer, letting your lips brush against her ear as you say something just meant for her. Maybe a compliment that sounds like a secret, or a teasing remark that shows you notice her in a way no one else does. That tiny act creates an electric current between you. It's not about being explicit, it's about making her feel desired without even touching her. Women crave that. Not loud gestures or grand moves, but subtle confidence that speaks through tone, presence, and control. When a man masters the art of whispering, when his voice carries both warmth and quiet dominance, she can't help but melt into the moment. It's one of those naughty things that's more about emotional intensity than anything physical. It's about the unspoken power of anticipation and the way you can make her feel like the only woman in the world with just a whisper. That's the secret behind the first thing every woman secretly wishes men would do. Make her feel the thrill of connection through words, voice, and silence combined. 2, take control, duh, but in a way that feels safe and irresistible. Here's something most men completely misunderstand. When a woman says she wants a man who takes control, she doesn't mean someone who dominates her life or decisions. What she truly craves is a man who can lead in moments of passion with confidence, direction, and certainty. She wants to feel that you know what you're doing, that you can guide the energy between you without asking for permission every step of the way. It's not about force, it's about presence. The kind of control that turns her on is deeply psychological. It's the feeling that she can surrender because she trusts you. From a psychological point of view, this taps into a primal dynamic between masculine energy and feminine energy. The masculine represents direction, strength, and stability, while the feminine thrives in flow, emotion, and surrender. When a man takes the lead in a way that's grounded and protective, it allows her to relax and embrace her feminine essence. She doesn't have to think, she can just feel. That's where the spark becomes electric. Picture this. You're with her. The atmosphere is quiet but charged. You take her hand, move her gently, maybe place her where you want her. Not rough, not rushed, but with clear intent. That act tells her you're confident, that you know exactly what you want, and that she's safe with you while you lead. It's that perfect balance of dominance and tenderness that makes her heart race. Women fantasize about that level of masculine certainty more than they'll ever admit. When a man hesitates, overthinks, or seeks too much reassurance, it can kill that magnetic tension. But when he moves with assurance, when he gives direction while staying emotionally aware, he awakens her trust and desire simultaneously. It's why confidence is one of the sexiest traits a man can have. Not arrogance, but quiet control that says, "You can relax with me. I've got this." This kind of naughty is actually rooted in emotional safety. A woman's deepest fantasies often revolve around surrender, but she can only surrender when she feels the man leading her is emotionally intelligent enough to read her energy, to sense her boundaries without her needing to say a word. That's the real art of control, not about power over her, but power with her. So when you take control gently, confidently, and with purpose, she feels something she rarely experiences in everyday life: the freedom to just be, to feel fully feminine, desired, and safe in your presence. And that, more than anything, is what drives her wild inside. Third, tease her mind before you touch her body. One of the most powerful and seductive things a man can ever do is stimulate a woman's mind before her body. You see, for most women, true desire doesn't begin with physical touch, it begins with mental teasing. The anticipation, the tension, the unspoken signals, all of these light up her imagination long before anything physical happens. A woman's arousal is deeply connected to her emotions and imagination. So when you know how to play with her thoughts, you don't just attract her, you consume her attention. Psychologically, teasing creates dopamine, the chemical of anticipation and reward. It's what makes her heartbeat quicken when she senses your eyes on her, what makes her bite her lip when you text her something just suggestive enough to make her wonder. It's not about explicit words or obvious flirtation. It's about the game of suggestion, making her think about what might happen, not telling her directly. That's what ignites her curiosity and desire. Imagine sitting across from her. You hold eye contact just a little longer than usual. You smile faintly as if you know something she doesn't. And then you shift your attention away, leaving her wondering what that look meant. That small moment plays over and over in her head because women feel attraction through meaning, not just visuals. She starts to think, what was he thinking? Did he like me? Was he imagining something? That's the spark that grows into obsession. You can tease her through your words too, miss, by giving compliments that feel layered. Instead of saying, you look good, you might say, there's something dangerous about how good you look right now. That kind of line plays on both her ego and her imagination. It lets her feel desired without making her feel exposed. The balance between mystery and charm is what drives her wild. When you can make her blush with just your tone or a glance, when you can make her heartbeat change with anticipation, that's real seduction. Most men rush into physical touch, thinking that's what women want. But the truth is, women crave buildup. They want to feel like their mind is being slowly unwrapped, like every second with you is part of a story she doesn't want to end. The more you master teasing her mind through your presence, your confidence, and your subtle words, the more she'll crave your touch when it finally comes. Because by the time you reach that point, she's not just physically attracted, she's emotionally captivated. That's the real secret. Seduction isn't about what you do to her body, it's about what you make her feel before you even lay a hand on her. Fourth, look into her eyes and hold it longer than feels comfortable. Eye contact. It's such a simple thing, yet so few men truly understand how powerful it is. When used the right way, it can make a woman's heart skip a beat, her breathing change, and her entire body respond without a single word being spoken. Every woman secretly wishes a man would look at her in a way that makes her feel seen, not just glanced at, but deeply understood. That kind of gaze doesn't just connect your eyes, it connects your energies. It tells her, I'm not distracted. I'm fully here with you. Psychologically, prolonged eye contact triggers a rush of oxytocin, the same chemical that builds trust, connection, and intimacy. That's why when a man locks eyes with her confidently, she starts to feel vulnerable in the best way possible. She feels drawn in as if you can see the parts of her she usually hides from the world. But there's a fine balance. Too intense too soon can feel intimidating. Too weak and it loses its magic. The real art lies in holding her gaze just long enough to let the tension build before you slowly look away, leaving that silence heavy with meaning. Picture this: you're talking, maybe laughing together. There's a pause and your eyes meet. You don't rush to fill the silence, you just hold it. For those few seconds, everything else disappears. That's the moment she starts to wonder what's going on in your head, what it would feel like if you leaned in closer, what you might be imagining. That moment of prolonged connection is pure electricity, and she'll replay it in her mind long after. Women crave that intensity because it's rare. In a world where most men are distracted, scrolling, or avoiding vulnerability, the man who can hold eye contact without flinching becomes unforgettable. It shows strength, not physical, but emotional. It says you're comfortable in your own presence and hers. It's quietly dominant without a single touch. And here's the secret psychology behind it: eye contact builds tension that she subconsciously wants to resolve. The longer you hold it, the stronger that internal desire grows. It's why one look can turn an ordinary moment into something deeply charged. It's the invisible bridge between two minds that makes her pulse quicken and her thoughts wander toward what might happen next. So, next time you're with her, don't rush your gaze. Let your eyes speak the things your lips haven't yet said. Because when she feels the heat in your eyes, that mix of curiosity, confidence, and unspoken desire, she'll remember that feeling long after the moment ends. That's the kind of silent, naughty connection every woman secretly wishes for, the one that says everything without a word. 5. Touch her in small, unexpected ways that feel intentional. It's not the big, dramatic gestures that make a woman melt. It's the subtle, deliberate touches that tell her you're paying attention. Every woman secretly craves the kind of touch that feels accidental yet purposeful, innocent yet charged with hidden meaning. When your hand brushes her lower back as you walk past, when you tuck a strand of her hair behind her ear, or when your fingers lightly graze her wrist, those are the touches that linger in her mind long after. Because it's not just contact, it's communication. From a psychological perspective, physical touch is one of the most powerful forms of emotional signaling. It triggers oxytocin, the hormone of bonding and comfort, but when done with confidence and timing, it also awakens desire. The feminine body responds not just to the act of being touched, but to how and why it happens. A woman's nervous system lights up when she feels a man's touch that carries intention, not lustful grabbing or carelessness, but subtle direction, presence, and warmth. Imagine sitting beside her, maybe during a conversation that's deep or even playful. You reach for something near her and your fingers brush lightly against hers, just enough to make her notice, but not enough to break the moment. That tiny spark of contact makes her heart beat faster because it feels natural yet intimate. She begins to associate your presence with that feeling, safety mixed with excitement. It's a kind of physical poetry that says, I'm here, I notice you, and I want you to feel it. These small touches awaken her awareness of you without overwhelming her. They build anticipation, the most powerful element of desire. Women want to be led into that feeling slowly, not rushed. The man who knows how to use subtle touch understands that the skin is not just a physical boundary, it's an emotional one too. And when you cross it with care and confidence, she doesn't resist. She invites it. Every small gesture, a hand on her hip when you guide her through a crowd, your thumb tracing her knuckles while you talk, or the simple act of placing your hand on her thigh when she least expects it, carries a message. You're safe with me, but I'm drawn to you. That balance of comfort and tension is what makes the experience unforgettable. Women remember how you make them feel, and when your touch feels like a silent conversation, filled with confidence, warmth, and restraint, she'll think about it long after you've gone. That's the kind of touch she secretly wishes for, not one that takes from her, but one that awakens her. 6th, make her feel desired without even touching her. The most seductive men are the ones who can make a woman's pulse race without laying a single finger on her. Every woman secretly wishes for that man, the one whose presence alone makes her feel wanted, whose energy fills the space before he even speaks. It's not about looks or status, it's about aura, the quiet confidence that says, I want you, without ever needing to say it. When a man can build that kind of invisible tension, he becomes unforgettable in her mind and body. Psychologically, this works because women are drawn to emotional foreplay, the slow, deliberate exchange of glances, words, and energy that happens before anything physical. A woman's attraction grows in the space between what's said and what's left unsaid. When you know how to use that silence, that stillness, that magnetic pause, she feels it. She feels your desire in your eyes, your tone, your body language. You're not chasing her, you're inviting her into your world. Picture this: you're standing close enough for her to feel your presence, but not touching. You look at her, not in a way that's aggressive, but in a way that tells her you see her differently. She feels that energy. It's intense but comforting, teasing yet controlled. You don't have to say anything. Your eyes, your breath, your calm composure do all the talking. That's the kind of moment where she forgets the world around her because all she feels is you. Women crave that kind of emotional and sensual tension. It's not about being overly forward, it's about letting her imagination run wild. When a man can spark that without crossing lines, he becomes the fantasy she replays in her mind. The secret is in self control. The more you resist the urge to act impulsively, the stronger the desire grows between you. Desire thrives in the space of anticipation. When she can feel that you want her, but you're holding back, not because you're shy, but because you're in control, it drives her wild. This is what separates boys from men. Most rush to take, to touch, to move fast. But the man who knows how to stand still, how to let the moment breathe, how to make her feel desired through presence alone, that man owns the room and her attention. Because every woman, deep down, wants to be desired, but not for her body alone. She wants to be wanted for her essence. She wants to feel that a man's attraction toward her is both physical and soulful, that it's not just lust, but recognition. So when you can make her feel desired without even touching her, when your energy speaks louder than your words, she'll think about you long after you've gone. You'll become her quiet obsession, the thought she can't shake. And that right there is the ultimate naughty thing every woman wishes a man could do: to ignite her desire with nothing more than presence, poise, and unspoken intensity. And there you have it. 6 deeply seductive things women secretly wish every man would do to them. But remember, this isn't about tricks or manipulation. It's about understanding the emotional and psychological side of attraction. When you know how to connect with a woman's mind, not just her body, you create an experience that stays with her forever. True seduction is emotional intelligence mixed with confidence. It's the ability to make her feel safe, desired, and completely feminine in your presence. If this video opened your eyes to the deeper side of desire, make sure you subscribe to Psychology of Desire. Because every week we uncover the hidden truths about love, attraction, and the feminine mind that most men will never learn. Don't just chase women, understand them. Drop a comment below and tell me, which of these 6 things surprised you the most? And if you want part 2, where we explore even more powerful psychological secrets women don't talk about, hit the like button and let me know. Until next time, remember, seduction isn't about what you do. It's about what you make her feel.